For a lot of introverts, creating video content can be intimidating. You may not know this, but I'm actually an introvert, and I've been creating video content for YouTube and LinkedIn for over 2 years now. Now, if you happen to like my videos and you think that I sound pretty confident on camera, I'm here to tell you that it wasn't always that way. But what I've learned is how to produce video content in a way that actually fits my personality and my introversion, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'm Luke Sievers, here to help entrepreneurs like you to reflect success in your brand and grow your business online. So if you want to do the same, be sure and subscribe below for more tips. Also, I'd love to invite you to join my new Facebook community to help introverted entrepreneurs grow their business online. Be sure and click the link in the description below to join our community. Now, if you were to go back and watch some of the first videos that I've released on this channel, you'd probably notice a big difference in my videos between then and today. Though I do think the information in the videos were very valuable, it's likely to put most people to sleep.
That was beautiful. What's going on? They're asleep.
That's because I lacked the confidence and just the presence that most extroverts have naturally. I won't lie to you, creating video content as an introvert is not easy. But by implementing these tips that I've learned, you too can create great video content and in many ways do an even better job than many extroverts. But what I'm about to show you is not how to be more extroverted. I believe you're made the way you are for a reason, and so instead of trying to focus all your energy on improving your weakness, I think you should double down on your strengths. We introverts have many valuable traits that often our extroverted counterparts do not, and so I think that you can use these to your advantage. Now keep in mind, everyone is different, and so many of these strengths can be overgeneralized, so just take to heart the things that apply to you. So without further ado, here are my top video tips for introverts. Number 1, write out a detailed outline or script. Introverts tend to be internal processors, and because of this, we tend to be very thoughtful when it comes to creating our content. We're always going to fill our content with massive amounts of value, and so oftentimes it's not the quality of our content that's the issue. But since we're often not as quick on our feet when it comes to speaking, it's the delivery of that valuable content that's not always as strong. So we may not be the most natural public speakers, but many of us are great writers. So it's not that we can't communicate well, it's just that we do so better through other means. Because of this, I strongly recommend taking the time to write out a detailed outline or even a full video script. For me personally, I've tried to write out a simple bullet point outline, but 9 times out of 10, it ends up coming out as a word-for-word script. That's because I often have a very specific train of thought that I want to follow in my content, and so I know that if I don't write out each line, that I'm going to miss something important that I really wanted to say. But that's just me. The benefit of writing out a script is that you come to filming day with a plan and the confidence that comes along with that. If you're an introvert who may not otherwise be confident on camera, this gives you an extra layer of confidence to where you're prepared to get going once you hit record. And so number 2, what we're going to do on filming day is take our video script and speak it out line by line. So you'll have your script right in front of you to where you can just look down like I'm doing right now, quickly memorize that line, speak it to the camera, look down again, say the next line, and so on and so forth. And the reason we can do this is because we can always edit our video later using jump cuts. Jump cuts, jump cuts. So many videos on YouTube and social media utilize the power of the jump cut, and so most people are already used to this style of video. Incorporating jump cuts can also help with the pacing of your video to keep people engaged because you don't leave enough space in between the words for you to lose someone's attention. Now, as you're filming and reading through your script, before you say each line, make sure you remember to smile.
I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
Personally, I struggle with a condition known as resting face. And along the same lines, smiling while I'm talking doesn't come naturally to me. And the result of this on camera is a deer in the headlights look. Literally, my first several videos could have been improved by 100% if I had just remembered to smile more. When you smile, you can't help but feel better and more at ease. And smiling not only makes you appear more pleasant, but automatically makes your speaking sound less flat and more engaging. And for many of you, this may be the only missing piece to making your videos more engaging. But if not, you may also benefit from this next tip, which is to overdo your voice inflection and gestures. My first job out of college was in telephone sales and customer service. I'll admit, probably not the best job choice for an introvert like me. But through that, I learned that in order to sound engaging on the phone, you have to almost overdo it.
Hey, Mr. Kramer, this is Langston from Regal View.
That's because you don't have the luxury of seeing facial expressions and nonverbal communications over the phone. So I would overdo my voice inflection on the phone in a way where it felt almost corny and just over the top. But when I would go back and listen to the recordings of the call later on, it didn't sound that way. The same thing is going to be true for many of us, especially us introverts on video. So what you need to do is overdo your voice inflections and your gestures. And even though it may feel unnatural, it's actually going to come across as natural and more engaging on the video. Another tip that I haven't used as much, but I've heard this helping other people, is to talk to the camera like you're talking to your best friend. Many of us introverts can get labeled as antisocial or just plain shy because we don't function as well in the larger group situations. But the truth is, most of us love being around people. We just much rather sit down with a close friend than be in a sea of strangers. We actually thrive communicating in these situations, and so by picturing yourself talking with a friend, it's going to come across a lot more engaging and natural. I've even heard of people creating a cardboard cutout of their best friend and pasting it right next to the camera. So this is something you may want to try.
You want a whiskey, Gary? Whiskey? You sure? How about you, Jimmy?
Point number 6, you want to schedule your filming for peak times of energy. For many of us, the filming part of the content creation process is the hardest part because talking in an engaging way can take the most energy out of us. So if you're still not the most confident filming videos, filming at a time of low energy is not going to be a great idea. Not to mention your tiredness is probably going to show through on the video. For this reason, you need to schedule your times to film at a time when you're going to have the most energy. For me, that's between 1 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right after lunch and right before that afternoon slump. Recognize that if you're an introvert, creating video content is not going to come as naturally to you, and so you need to do as many things as possible to set yourself up to succeed. Achieving those small wins is so important because it can often be the driving factor that keeps you filming the next video and the next video. Whatever you do, don't give up. I believe that you can create some great video content, so follow these tips to help you along the process. If you want to join our community of introverted entrepreneurs, I invite you to click the link in the description below. Like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll catch you next time.